comedians. And when I first moved to New York City, there wasn't a lot of work, 1979. Rodney Dangerfield had a club, and Rodney would use me and some other young comics once in a while to work prom nights, and sometimes one of the headliners, these always were guys his generation, like David Fry or somebody who might be too drunk to do a second show. He'd call some of us young guys, you got to come in and fill in, you know. And I became one of the guys who would do it. One night, I was doing a prom, and the comic who was on before me, they ran him off early. Just drunken prom kids. He booked early. I jumped on early, and then the comic who was supposed to follow me was a little late, so I was on there a long time. And my strategy was, you know, it's New York City crowd. You find one of them, put them up on the cross, and everybody else laughs at him, you know. So I found the big mouth, and I got him up and started pounding him, and everybody turned on him, and I was doing okay. And I could hear Rodney in the back laughing. I could hear him, hi, man, hi, you know. You know, every comic has a distinctive laugh, and Rodney was, you know. So I come off stage, and Rodney, if you know anything about Rodney, he used to wear a suit on stage, you know, a suit with a white tie, a white shirt, and a red tie. But when he came off stage, he'd take it all off, and he'd put a robe on. And he never bothered to put anything under the robe. He'd be naked, and he never bothered to close the robe. So he comes up and he goes, hey, kid, you're right, man. You got a lot of balls. I tell you that, man. You got a lot of balls. You hold that stage, man. Hey, you want to do some cocaine? I'm like, absolutely, man. Cocaine with Rodney. I'm right. I'm up for that, man. So we go to his office and we start doing cocaine. I used to wear old suits, you know, like old 40s and 50s suits, and he pulls a drawer and he says, kid, you like these ties? I'll try, Rodney. I'll try, Rodney. You like these ties, man. I'm telling you, these ties. They're good for you. They'll work for you. You wear them old suits, man. They don't work for me. They give me these ties, you know, these fans. They give me ties, but I get a red tie. They got shit on them. I can't wear them. They got shit on them. They were like patterned ties, and Rodney just wanted a plain red tie. That's all he wore. So we're there drinking and doing coke, you know, and I thought, I got Rodney. I'm going to ask him questions like, how do I get better? How do I get better? He said, you tape yourself? I go, yeah, I used to tape myself, but I can't stand to listen to myself because I sound like an idiot. He goes, well, of course you're an idiot. You're a comedian. What do you think? You're a brain surgeon? You're an idiot, man. You got to tape yourself. You got to listen and listen what they're laughing at because they'll tell you what's funny. And what they're doing, laughing, you do more of that. And what they're not laughing at, you don't do any of that. You got to tape yourself. I'm telling you, they'll know. They'll tell you right, too, because individually they may be orangutans, but as a group, they're genius. Which is great advice. But what was happening was we were doing cocaine off this glass table, and every time I bent down to do a line of coke, I could see Rodney's nuts hanging underneath the table. So my real lesson was there's no such thing as free cocaine. That was my real lesson that night.